Hello everybody! In this video I want to talk about the simplest but yet the hardest language to learn, for me at least. And that language is Indonesian. Bahasa ini, bahasa Indonesia. The reason that I think that Indonesian is very easy to learn, very simple, is because of a few reasons. First is the grammar. The grammar is very straightforward. There is no mystery. And there aren't many exceptions. And also the pronunciation is very easy. If you know how to pronounce the r, the roll in your tongue, then actually all the other sounds are pretty easy. And the third reason is because there are no conjugations. When you want to talk about the past, you just say yesterday, last week. Like last week I go to school is already past tense. Unlike in English or Spanish or French, where you have to change the verb to past tense, and also like have to change the word according to the person. Like I speak, he speaks. You know, why do you have to put that S there? It's a little bit annoying. But Indonesian has nothing like that, so I think it's very, very easy to start speaking right away. And now I want to talk about why is it so hard, at least for me, to master this language. So I've started learning Indonesian 8 years ago. I was really shocked when I saw the book. I saw the book, Indonesian book online. I started Indonesian with a book called Indonesian Way. And I looked through the book and I was surprised, like, oh my God, Indonesian is so easy. The grammar is so easy. And there's also like many audios. So I just say to myself, all right, if I just memorize this book, I will be able to speak Indonesian. And that is kind of exactly what I did. I just memorized everything. And I also tried to find all the books that I could. Like this one, I bought it like since the beginning, like 7 years ago, I think, to study Indonesian because I really try really hard to learn Indonesian. Okay, so now moving forward, after 2 years of studying intensively on my own without a teacher, I just memorized everything, like I said, from the book. I got to, I would say, like an intermediate level according to the book. And after that, I get a chance to go to Indonesia. And I was like, yeah, now I'll get to use my Indonesian. And I got to Indonesia. Actually, my friend's family, who's Indonesian. And when I meet the family, I wanted to use Indonesian. And yes, of course, I can use Indonesian with them. But between themselves, they use another language. So I went to Surabaya, one of the city in Indonesia, and people that speak the Javanese language, and it's totally different from the Indonesian that I've studied. And also, one time I had a chance to go to Bali, so I went there and I tried to use my Indonesian with everybody. And of course, everybody in Indonesia speak Indonesian. And again, in Bali, they speak their own language as well, which is Balinese. So between themselves, again, they speak Balinese and they speak Indonesian with me. So after some research and after talking to a lot of Indonesian people, I realized that most people speak Indonesian and another language. So Indonesian is what they study at school, is what the foreigners study, but they have another language that they speak with their family, that they speak with their friends, and that they use when they laugh in this language. Balinese, Javanese, or so many more languages. And also, one time I asked my friend / teacher, and she said that she prefers to speak in her dialect over Indonesian. If she get a chance to speak in her dialect, she would choose to speak in her dialect because it's more fun. And that's the point that I realized, that with just my knowledge of Indonesian, I can never really go deep into this relationship with people. Let's say I have a friend and she wants to bring me to see her family, to go to her hometown, and everybody will have to switch to Indonesian when talking to me, and they have to switch back to the family, and they will laugh in the language that I don't understand. Even though I say I have mastered Indonesian, but that doesn't mean that I will understand everything in Indonesia. So actually that point is kind of sad for a language learner like me, and for like a person that is not only interested in reading and understanding the reading, but I really want to talk to people and get this really interesting connection with people. And it feels impossible with Indonesian. So after knowing that fact, I kind of lost motivation in learning Indonesian, because I feel like I would have to learn 2 languages or 3 languages if I want to really connect with people. So not only Indonesian, I also have to learn Javanese, I also have to learn Balinese and all these other languages to really get to people. And just there's too many languages to learn. So this is just my experience that I want to pass on to you guys. So if you're considering learning Indonesian, just know the fact that knowing Indonesian doesn't mean that you will understand everything that people say. It's not like if you learn Korean, you will understand all the Koreans, although they have like some dialect, but it's still understandable, you know. It's not like different language like in Indonesia. Anyways, I'm not trying to discourage you guys from learning Indonesian. I'm just saying that that is the fact. Indonesian is used as the official language that people learn at school. But most people have that second language that they speak at home as well. So if you guys are looking for a deep connection with people through only Indonesian, maybe that will not be possible, or that will be difficult. But I also see a lot of good points about learning Indonesian. The first reason is that the population of Indonesian is 270 million people. So it's the biggest population in Southeast Asia. That means that you will be able to communicate with hundreds of millions of people. And that is something super cool. And another reason is that if you know how to speak Indonesian, you can already communicate with people in Malaysia and in Brunei. So there are differences in some words and the accent, but very quickly you can already communicate with people. Like in my case, when I went to Malaysia, so knowing that Malaysian and Indonesian are similar, I was thinking that it would take me 2 months or 3 months to make a switch in the language. But actually, just the first week or first few days, I can already talk to people and laugh and have fun talking to people. I made a video about my experience in Malaysia, and also another vlog of me speaking all in Malaysian after a week of learning Malay. So I will put the link in the description. Go and check it out. And the third reason is the fact that Indonesian is a very easy language to learn. I think it's already worth learning because it will not take you a long time to speak with people. Actually, in a few days of learning, you can already communicate what you want. Because like I said in the beginning of the video, there are no conjugations. If you just memorize the word and put them in correct position, then you are already ready to speak Indonesian. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know if you have any comments, put them below. Bye! Terima kasih!